tad rowdy, but I shall.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true arisen. I bear word from Regent Ken Sven, your Majesty. He espied the delivery of a suspicious package to a man named Allard, a minister who happens to be one of the Queen Regent's staunchest and most powerful allies in the palace. From the pains he took to remain on scene, 'tis plain that Allard wished this delivery kept away from prying eyes. That alone is reason to suspect a connection to Deeza's schemes. We must get to the bottom of it. The Regent Kin intends to call Allard to his chambers come nightfall. He bids you to use this opportunity to search the minister's chambers and see if there's aught to be learned. What say you, your Majesty? Are you willing to undertake this task? I shall ensure that the door to the minister's chambers is open between midnight and dawn. Pray, use that time to infiltrate and uncover aught worthy of suspicion.
We've been entrusted with a task. Let us approach it with all due care.
Onward to Burnworth Castle.
Shall we make for Vernworth Palace? Let us make for the palace, that you might investigate Minister Allard's...
Good evening, sir. I trust... You fared all right on the roads? Much obliged. Well met. Someone do aught about this?
There are useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here? We're here, and none the worse for wear. This is generally used as a material.
I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time.
I would appreciate your...
You are the Arisen, yes? The captain gave me your description. Follow me! You move along. Should one of the other guards espy you, I will be forced to play my part. Pray, be cautious, Your Majesty.
Have you heard the news? The new recruits are to be sent out to Melve. Melve, I say! I'm not sure who gave the orders, but I'd like to know what they were thinking. It is beyond my ken.
As it should be. It is no concern of ours. I'll hear no more of this tittle-tattle, thank you. Pray focus on the task at hand. My sword arm could use some work. I wish the minister would be more careful. He takes the sentinel posted outside his chambers with him everywhere. There are times when no one's standing and watching.
I've seen better days.
What business could be so pressing that I must be summoned at this late hour?
I would not presume to know, my lord. However, it must be a highly sensitive matter for the regent kin to request a private audience.
Or perhaps the boy has finally grown wise to the benefits my favor can bring. He might just be his mother's puppet, but at least he knows what's good for him.
My lord, if someone were to overhear...
Oh, unwring your hands, you fool! As if anyone in this palace would dare say a word against me. Now, if Wilhelmina calls, tell her to await me in my chambers. I will return presently.
Surely none more important than this. I speak of the ascension of the sovereign.
Indeed. But that, Your Grace, would be better discussed in the presence of your mother.
This sort of quiet means all's well. Some of us get complacent.
Well, well. Yours isn't a face I'm accustomed to seeing around the palace. How did you get in here?
Oi! Who goes there? Who's there?
Tut, tut. Now, this just won't do. How's a lady supposed to work with all these interruptions?
Oh, 'tis you, Lady Wilhelmina.
Mm-hmm. Do excuse us. We thought to enjoy a little fresh air. Though we had hoped for slightly more privacy, if you catch my meaning.
Apologies, milady. But might I ask the name of your companion?
Are you sure it would be wise? Such knowledge has been known to cost a man his head.
Understood, milady. If anyone asks, I shall say I saw naught.
A narrow escape. You should count yourself lucky that he was so easily flustered. Is that all you have to say for yourself? 'Tis sweet of you to mind your manners, but such niceties won't get you far with me. Still, you are welcome to come calling, should the fancy take you, and should you have the gold for it. Off you go now. If you wish to speak further, 'twill have to wait. This is neither the time nor the place for it.
Such peace.
It seems you've made a discovery regarding the false sovereign.
What's this? Come to admire my sculptures, have you? Ho ho! To think my eminence as a collector would reach in the ears of the arisen. If only my collection were complete, I'd fain allow you to inspect it. Alas, the sculpture that I commissioned to be its centerpiece is yet to arrive. And 'twould wound my pride to have you behold my collection ere 'tis made whole. If your curiosity shall not be denied, however, mayhap you'd consider paying a visit to the sculptor in my stead. The man's home is located in Batal. You need only tell him that I eagerly await the sculpture's completion.
We may benefit from pursuing the information.
At last we've arrived. Delivery in hand.
We'd best see to it post-haste, ere we forget.
Indeed, you are correct. Now to...
Beg pardon, sir, but might I have a moment of your time? See, a friend of mine has an empty house, but no use for it. And I see you round the inn rather often. I wouldn't come free, mind, but the price is a fair one, and you'd have a place to call your own. What say you? Well, you needn't decide this very moment. Come speak with me again once your mind's set.
I'll hold on to this. After all, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure.
Here we are.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true arisen. I know this sigil well. 'Tis the crest of the neighboring country of Batal, a land with which Vermin has no official dealings at present. Let me see. It reads, "True to our word, we offer you the power of the Godsway. Pray make haste in securing Melv, that all might be made ready ere our plans are set in motion." A meager clue, to be certain. Though, 'tis clear that the Queen Regent conspires with Batal. This does not bode well at all. Though the political situation is stable at present, much blood has been spilled between Vermund and its neighbor in the past. I fear such a partnership would only portend the drawing of more. At any rate, 'twould seem our search has led us to only more questions. Chief among them, what is meant by securing Melv and this Godsway? I will investigate these matters as best I can. In the interim, Your Majesty, should you have time to spare, might you make for Melv? Only once we have gleaned a fragment of the Queen Regent's plot can we begin to thwart it. And ere it slips my mind, pray, take this. Perchance it will help speed you on your way to Melv.
Phases. Now there's a name to remember.
quite the predicament. Tis our duty to see this peace.
I didn't sneak a wink last night.
If you must go... Go off on your own. There's naught to be done. I only hope you'll return sooner rather than later.
'Tis not our place to hurry the arisen.
Crowns and politics are no concern of mine.
So many happy voices carried on the wind.
This place always puts me at ease.
What is life without a little spice?
Feels eerie with no one about. Always sets me to thinking, this place.
Those recruits don't know pommel from point.
Wonder if anyone would know to find someone trying to get dressed. Mayhap I really would have been better off based.
Perchance you've heard. The coronation is soon. The sovereign, wounded in glorious combat with the dragon. Indeed, 'tis a weight off my heart to think that our fair...
All my peers seem so much more capable.
Mayhap you've been misinformed, sir. But there isn't to be a masquerade this day.
Townspeople depend on it.
My sword arm could use some wood all my days. My sword arm.
Anyone gives me trouble, they'll take to steal.
May happen no my child.
My sword arm could use some work.
This is work done raises my watch. Work done poorly, clean forgotten.
Life is full of chances to further
Quiet at last.
We cannot accompany you there, Master. But fear not, you'll find us here when you return.
Nice place to sit and watch
Crowns and politics are no concern of mine.
Hubris is man's worst enemy. I find myself hard-pressed to respond.
I could use a bit of excitement in my life.
This place always puts me at ease.
Can't remember the last time.
I shan't brook any boorish inquiries about my other patrons.
Just one last push, and I'll be done for the day.
This place always puts me at ease.
To each their own. The world's better for it.
Last night's patron was a delight.
Much to do.
I ought to find someone to buy me a drink.
Welcome, sir. You're free to approach whome'er catches your eye. Am I giving you shivers? Likewise, sweetheart. Aren't you sweet? I'd be glad to have you.
I'll admit... I did worry you'd forgotten me.